Well, you know, it's that time in our show where we learn a little bit more about ourselves.
That's why we love it. And the perfect lady to tell us just that, Dr. Mary Gillis, joining us now.
Hi, guys. Great to see you. Always happy to. A great Wednesday when I get to hang with you guys. All right. Well, today we're talking about how the coronavirus vaccine affects transplant recipients. And the doctor I spoke with was incredible. His name is Dr. Brian Boyarsky. He's currently a research fellow at Johns Hopkins University. But Alexis, thank you so much for introducing me. Well, your cousin, who is very impressive, is a surgeon or associate professor of surgery at Johns Hopkins, which was great.
Who's an indie girl through and through.
She is.
Oh, I hear that.
Absolutely.
Indie girls doing big things.
I know, right?
Yeah. Well, we'll have to talk about, because Macy and I are gonna, Dr. Macy and I are gonna be talking about a couple things. So, we'll be seeing her on here at some point. Okay.
Nice.
Okay. So I found this research so fascinating. I mean, every day, every hour to hour, we learn something new about this coronavirus. But before we get into what Dr. Boyarsky has to say, I want us to think about just a few things beforehand. People who've had an organ transplants are considered immunocompromised, right? They fall into that group. So they're at the top of the list when the vaccine is available. But this group was not in the clinical trials. The vaccines weren't tested on them. So let's toss to what Dr. Boyarsky has to say.
There are a lot of medical conditions that transplant recipients have that may dampen their immune system. So, for example, lung transplant recipients may have certain autoimmune conditions that could dampen their immune response to, say, a vaccine. But transplant recipients are also on strong anti-rejection or immunosuppressive medications, which in many ways dampen the immune system. So it's really a proof of concept in many ways, in that these immunosuppressive drugs or these anti-rejection medications are doing their job by slowing down the immune system. Now, the reason this is so important to study in transplant recipients is because, in general, transplant recipients and other immunocompromised people, and there are about 10 million immunocompromised people across the United States, were excluded from the original vaccine trials.
So in the research, 658 people were assessed in the study, a diverse group of organ recipients, lung, liver, lung transplants. And after getting 2 doses of the Moderna or 2 doses of the Pfizer shot, only 54% developed antibodies against the virus.
Wow.
Only 54%.
Wow.
I thought that was incredible, but he tells us why. And again, this is a huge comparison to what a healthy person would develop in terms of the antibody response to this vaccine. I mean, they're safe, they're effective. We've seen this, the evidence has showed that. But Dr. Boyarsky, he had said we also have to remember, depending on how recent the transplant was, you have to understand, like, if someone recently just had the transplant, they're going to not respond as well. They're going to have low antibodies anyway, right? Because they are immunocompromised. And then they are put on immunosuppressant drugs, because when they get that new lung or new liver or new other organ, they are put on these immunosuppressant drugs because they do not want, the new organ is a foreign agent. They don't want the body attacking it. Exactly, they don't want attacking it. So for this reason, it's this body sees the organ as a foreign agent, and when there is something foreign right in our body, the body's response is to attack it and get rid of it. Another thing he mentioned is that this raises the question about the CDC lifting mask guidelines. And we understand, of course, we want these to be lifted, and we want these to be sort of, in the past. However, should there be, it's just a question, a sweeping guideline across all groups, or do we need to stratify this based on people? So again, for people who might be immunocompromised. So let's say, someone who receives a lung transplant, maybe they shouldn't be taking their mask off even if they're vaccinated, considering only 52% of these people. I'm sorry, go ahead.
And, well, this is a big deal. I am immunocompromised, so we have these conversations all the time, just about what's safe and what's not safe. And that's a part of this thing when, you have these conversations. It's like, okay, I get it. A lot of people out there are healthy, but there's a lot of people out there that you can't just look at them and be like, oh, you might be at risk.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
And so that's a very good point, Mary.
I mean, I'm keeping people at bay just for going forward. I'm kind of like, I like this life.
No, I know. I know. Me too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's just interesting raising the question: should we have different guidelines for different sort of categories and groups of people?
That's fascinating.
This was
Yeah.
so cool. I can't wait to see a little bit more of what you talked to Dr. Boyarsky about.
Yes, and you can find the complete interview online on Wish TV, wishtv.com. And right, he has a lot to say, and it'll be up there. So hope you guys check it out.
Dr. Mary writes some brilliant articles. You want to check all those out.
Absolutely. Yes. Thank you so much.
You guys.
Oh,
Thank
speaking of brilliant, honey.